In today's video, I'm going to share with you an ICT strategy that is backed by hundreds of hours worth of data and is easy to understand. I'm going to share with you an easy step-by-step process that anyone can understand to master ICT silver bullet strategy so you can pass your pro firm challenges and become a consistent profitable trader. With this strategy, you only need one time frame, trading one asset at one time of the day, and you don't need daily bias. ICT himself said that you can quit your 9 to 5 job in 90 days with this one strategy alone. I'm also going to share some real trade examples, so stick around and watch until the end of the video so you understand every piece of the puzzle. And make sure that if you're new here, do not forget to subscribe to my channel and check out my recommended prop firm from the link in description. Now, the first thing that I want to talk about is ICT Silver Bullet entry process. There are going to be total 5 steps that we are going to follow, and every step is a prerequisite of the previous step. Now, the step 1 is that we're going to be preparing at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. All the time in this video is Eastern Standard Time. So 9:30 a.m., the very first thing you're going to prepare for the market analysis. You're going to start your analysis 9:30 a.m. Not before that, not after that. You don't need to sit at 8 a.m. in the morning to go through all the charts. 9:30 is the time when you want to open your charts and do the analysis. Once you do market prep at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the next step is that we're going to be identifying previous session range. Where is the previous session range and what's the high and low of the previous session range? And also we're going to be looking for 9 a.m. candle high and low as well. Now, that's a key point here that we need to understand where previous session range high and low is. As we are focused on Eastern Standard Time, that means before New York is the London session. So London session high and low. And most important point is when we're going to be looking for previous session high and low, we are only going to be focused on between 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to mark our high and low in that previous range. Now, how does it look? Let's say that's the previous market range from here till here. This is where market has been ranging in London session. However, between 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, considering that is a 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and that is 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time is the window that we're going to be focused on. And in that 4 a.m. and 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time range, where is the low of range and where is the high of range? We need to mark. For us, low of range is here and high of range is here. So that's the area which we're going to be focused on. We have the low of range, we have the high of range. The third step is going to be, since the midnight, has that previous session high or low taken out? What does it mean? That if this is the low of range and high of the range, since the midnight after this movement, did market went up and taken out this high and did market go down and taken out this low? If that happened, that means we will move on to the next step. If there was a liquidity hunt, whether for the low or for the high, if there was, then we're going to move on to the next step. If there wasn't, that means we're going to go back, wait for the next day. We're going to wait for the next day, 9:30 a.m. We're going to do our market prep. This is super important. If the market hasn't taken out high and low since the midnight, that means we won't be moving forward. As I said, if the previous session high and low taken since midnight, then if it's yes, we will move on to the next step. If no, then we'll go back to step 1. Now, if that happened, what we are going to do is wait for 5-minute fair value gap to form between 10 to 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time or 2 to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's say that market went down, it took out this low of the range between 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. It went back in, and now the window started of 10 to 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and there is a fair value gap here. That's what we need to wait for. We need to wait for fair value gap to form between 10 to 11 a.m. window or between 2 to 3 p.m. window after the low of the range was taken out or high of the range was taken out. The next very important point, if the fair value gap is bearish, that means high must be taken out. That means if market took out the high, that is going to be a bearish fair value gap and we're going to be looking to sell. If the fair value gap is bullish, low must be taken out. What I showed you just earlier, there was a low that market took out and then there was a fair value gap formed for bullish movement. So if it is the case, then we're going to be looking for buy entries. These are the simple 5 steps. If all are done, we need to enter on fair value gap. I'm going to share with you some examples, of course. We need to enter on fair value gap. We're going to put stop loss at fair value gap candle 1, and we're going to be targeting 2 risk to reward from the trade, or we're going to close the trade by end of the day. Now, you might be thinking, what is candle 1 of fair value gap, or what is fair value gap? Maybe you don't know what that is. So if you have a question, what is fair value gap? I'm going to simplify it for you to understand so that you know what I'm talking about. Where is candle 1? Where is the low of candle 1? What's the high of candle 1? How fair value gap is being formed? What we need to target? Where we need to put our stops? So in simple words, fair value gap is a 3 candle formation, and in between candle 1 and candle 3 is candle 2, where the fair value gap is going to be resting. Now there are 3 candles here: candle 1, candle 2, and candle 3. One important point, these 3 needs to be bullish if you're looking for bullish fair value gap, and the candles need to be bearish, all 3 of them, if you're looking for bearish fair value gap. Now we have a candle 1, and where is the high of candle 1? It's here. High of candle 1, we marked it, and the low of candle 3 is right there. Anything between high of candle 1 and low of candle 3, if there is a gap just like this, that is going to be a fair value gap. As I said, fair value gap is going to be resting in candle number 2. So that's the second candle we have, and it's between high of candle 1 and low of candle 3. So all this area is fair value gap. For bearish fair value gap, as you can see, we have our candle 1, we have our candle 2, and we have our candle 3. Now in here, what you see, there are 3 bearish candles, and in these bearish candles, we have a low of candle 1 and a high of candle 3. Now in bullish fair value gap, we had a high of candle 1 and low of candle 3. It's opposite now because we are looking for bearish fair value gap. So we have a low of candle 1, and we have a high of candle 3, and in between lies candle 2, and there is a gap between low of candle 1 and high of candle 2. That gap for us is fair value gap, which is bearish fair value gap. So that's a simple definition of what fair value gap is. Now let's have a look at real example of trade. In here, there is this range, and in this range is 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we are going to be marking the high and low of that. So we have a low of London range here and high of London range here. As we are only focused on between 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, hence we have highlighted that area. Now in here, what you see is that market took out low of the London range. It went down, and just before 9:30, when we started to do our market prep, market was already here. So that means all of this was a liquidity sweep. At 9:30, when we started to do our market prep right here, right, what you see, market went back towards the low of London range, and after that it immediately went up. Now that is the highlighted area, the highlighted time of 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. What I said earlier is you need to look for a 5-minute fair value gap between 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now if you look closely here, we have these 3 candles, candle 1, we have candle 2, and we have our third candle, which is also bullish. 3 bullish candles, and in between high of candle 1 and low of candle 3 is this gap that is there. The candle 2 is resting in between candle 1 and candle 3, but there is a gap, and that gap for us is fair value gap. Now what we need to do is just mark out our fair value gap on 5-minute time frame, and we need to wait for market to come back and retest this area. Once it's going to retest, we're going to be taking an entry. We're going to be targeting 2R, and we're going to be putting our stops just below the low of candle 1 in case of buy trade. One thing I want to mention is if you see high of London range between 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, once market started to make a movement after 9:30, we made a new high, which is right here. Because we made a new high, this trade now becomes a high probability trade setup. So if market is going to come towards our fair value gap, I'm going to be executing the trade. Now, where I'm going to be entering is the important part. Most of the time, you're going to see that people enter right at as soon as market hits the fair value gap. But I prefer for my trade to give me higher probability of going in my favor to execute my trade at the high of candle 1 in case of buy trade. So I'm going to be entering from here. I'm going to be putting my stops here, and my target is going to be 2R. It has to be 2R, or by the end of the day, if market hasn't reached 2 risk to reward, I will simply close the trade. So here is the trade example. This was our fair value gap. Market, first it came here, of course. Most of the traders would have executed the trade right once it came inside fair value gap. I don't do it. I prefer to wait until market reaches the high of candle 1 in case of buy trade, so that I make sure that my chances of winning the trade becomes way better. If I'm entering from here and putting my stops here, it's already a big stop. But if I'm entering from there and my stops are here, now what are the chances of trade going in my favor, considering that I'm just looking for only 2R? It's high. Yes, it took a bit of time for market to go up to 2R. However, this was a perfect trade example. Now this was one trade. I want to show you another trade example. Now what you see here is our low of London range between 4 to 6 and the high of London range. So that's the high and low for us, and we waited until market took out the low of London range and went back in. Now, one thing is, this was a bit of risky trade, hence the reason why I wanted to show you, because market, when it made a movement between 10 to 11 a.m. was the time when it came back in. So when it came back in, where do you see fair value gap? It's right here. There is candle 1, there is candle 2, and then there is candle 3, and in between there is this fair value gap. And as soon as market reached here, we should be executing the trade, and we're going to be putting our stops just right here, as this is the low of candle 1, and our target is going to be true risk to reward ratio. And as you can see, as soon as we executed the trade, our stops were there. This was 2R, and market, it hit take profit. However, I would prefer to avoid such trades because of the reason that when market taken out the low and it went back in the range, it was after 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. This will be a risky trade for me to take. What I like the most is when market is making a move after 9:30 a.m. It's already have taken out the low and it's already backed inside the range, just like in this example. So that is ICT silver bullet strategy, and I assure you, if you master it and you implement it and you backtest it enough time, you will be able to see results, and you will be able to use this strategy in order to pass your prop firm challenges and become a profitable funded trader. It's a matter of how much time you spend on backtesting it, refining it, and making sure that you understand every single aspect of the strategy. Let me know what you guys think. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next video. Do not forget to hit the subscribe button, and also do not forget to check out FundedSquad from the link in description. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.